Hey guys, Jason Orban here with the Mansanity Project. Today, we're going to be talking about hormones. In particular, we're going to talk about your hormones, and really, we're going to talk a lot about her hormones and how they influence the decisions, moods, preferences of your woman throughout the month. We're going to take a look at her hormone cycle and how you can use that not to your advantage, but to help create a happier, more loving home. Okay, so let's jump into it here. So one of the reasons why I think it's super important to understand hormones is because it really kind of forms the basis of our entire makeup. I mean, we're all driven by hormones, right? Men are driven by hormones. We're on a shorter, like 24-hour kind of cycle. We wake up in the morning, we have high testosterone, it goes down throughout the day, and we go to sleep and it rises back up and it goes back down, right? That's why you wake up in the morning and you got morning wood, right? Because you have higher amounts of testosterone. Now with men, that testosterone drops off. I think it's like 60% within the first 30 minutes of waking up. So you wake up in the morning, you have the highest amount of testosterone throughout the day. Half an hour of waking up, your testosterone's already taking a nosedive, right? That's why you wake up in the morning. A lot of time you feel horny in the morning, right? Just the way it is. You got that morning wood. Okay, so here's the thing. The difference is with women, it's not just that 24-hour hormone cycle. It goes over 28 days. It's a longer cycle. That's why it's harder for us men to kind of understand, well, why do you feel this way one day and then you feel this way the other day, right? And by understanding these hormones, it's going to take a lot of that confusion out of understanding your woman, why she does the things that she does and why she has the preferences and moods and moods changes and all that kind of stuff that she does. It's going to answer that question. I don't even know if it's a question, but it's like, it's confronting the statement that women, you can't live with them and you can't live without them. It's also going to confront the statement, like women, who can understand them, right? But here's the thing, by understanding hormones and how hormones affect your woman throughout the month, you're going to have a much better chance at understanding her. So here's the thing. Here's the reason why I got into it. Here's the Mansanity Project to me is always about optimizing yourself, optimizing your relationship, and how do we make things better? I think things can always be better. They're at a good place, but how do we make them better, right? That's the question that I want to answer with the Mansanity Project. How do we make ourselves better? How do we make our mentality better? How do we make our mindset better, our physical better, our money better? How do we make it all better? That is the question we want to answer. And here's the thing, by understanding hormones and understanding how or why your woman does the things that she does, it's going to just help you optimize that relationship and just make things so much better. So about 6 months ago, I was doing a bunch of research on just kind of relationship stuff and hormones and all that kind of thing. And I came across this video that was posted by a guy named Rollo Tomasi. He's an author of a few different books called The Rational Male. There's the Rational Male series. I think he's working on his 4th book right now. I think he has a podcast out there too. I don't know what it's called though. But here's the thing. He had a video that he was talking about the monthly hormonal cycle and how women go through that and how they have different phases throughout the month. So first phase of the month is there, let's say we're talking 28 days. Let's consider the starting date is her period. Actually, you know what? Here, give me 1 second. Let's jump over to the Mansanity app here, and I'm going to show this to you firsthand. Okay, so I just refreshed that. All right, we're going to switch. Okay, here we are at the Mansanity app. This is the Mansanity Project app. Now, this has a few different areas, and it's got the daily tracker. It's got own your shit. It's got a cycle tracker, articles. It's got a few more things in there, too. It's got resources and different things like that. If you don't have the app already, I suggest go and download it. You can get it on Google Play Store or go to mansanity.co. So here we're going to go to cycle tracker. And right now I've got my wife in here because I've been messing around just tracking her. And here's the thing. She knows that I'm doing this. Some women may or may not like it, but here, you know what? Actually, here's the story. I was talking to one of my buddies about this. I've talked to a few men about this. And you know what? I get more objection / nervousness from men than I do from women. Every time I talk to a woman about this thing, She is like, oh my gosh, can you give me that app? I need to send it to my husband right now. I need him to know exactly when I am going to be a D-bag so that he can prepare himself. And you know what? And that's the thing. I think if you're open with your woman and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, it's not going to be such a bad thing. So here we're looking at the app here. We're looking at this is on day 17. She might be bitchy today. You know what? And she wasn't bitchy, but she was a little bit annoyed and grouchy. So let me see here. Okay, so if we're on day one is going to be the start of her menstrual cycle. So all that means is that's the first day that she gets her period. So when you go in here, you can go in here and you can add your woman. Actually, when you first load up this app, it's going to ask you for that the woman that you want to track, and then you can come in here and you can set restart cycle, and you can set the date that you want of her first period. So like if you get this app and you install it and it's not the start date of her period, then you can go in here and say restart cycle on the day that you know that she has had her period. Okay, so that's going to take us through this. Every day you're going to get two things. You're going to get an about her. It's kind of what she's kind of going through, what you can be thinking about, and different things you can be doing throughout the month to kind of make your relationship a little bit better, you know? And then you're going to have your sanity. Now, here are things that you need to work on, things that you should be working on to optimize yourself, to make yourself better, and to think about. There's a lot of tips in here. There's 30 different tips. There's 30 different days. They're giving you different things to think about every single day, and they coincide with different things that are going on with your woman during that month. So for example, on day 13, day 12, from day 7 to 14, here we go. We're going to talk, this is her fertility window. This is where she is actually more fertile. If you have unprotected sex in this time, there's a possibility that she is going to get pregnant. Here's the thing, your seed or your sperm can live in your woman for up to 7 days. Her body knows this. Evolutionarily, her body knows this, and it knows that through this window right here, she can get pregnant. And you can see right here, these are her hormones rising. I mean, you can take a look on Google and you can find these hormone maps just like this all over the place. Usually they're used for pregnancy and tracking pregnancies and for people who want to get pregnant, right? So if you're fertile, this is the window that you want to be in. Now, here's the thing. This day 14, this is generally her ovulation day. 14 days after the first day of her period is when her egg is going to drop. Now, if that egg goes unfertilized, her hormones are going to absolutely drop. And these couple days right here, this is where she can be really kind of bitchy, a little bit annoyed, really grouchy. She wants to scratch your eyeballs out. It's a good idea for you to maybe leave the house, go do something with the boys, go work on a project, just kind of little bit leave her alone, take the kids with you, get them out of the house, go enjoy yourself for a little bit. And give her some peace and quiet. And you know what? She will absolutely appreciate that, because she might not be able to stand the look of you at this moment. Now I'm going to go back to here. Actually, so we're going to talk about this section right here, this gray section here. So I'm going to come back here. So now in her fertile window, here's the thing. She has other preferences of the type of mate that she wants to attract. There's a book called, and actually, sorry, I'll backtrack a little bit. I got a lot of this information from a book called Hormonal. It is from a lady called Marty Hazelton, and she is an evolutionary biologist who has spent her life studying hormones and the effects of those on women. So how women's affects their preferences, their life choices, their decision making, their moods, all that kind of stuff. So she has put this together, and this is a bunch of information that is taken from that book, and I put it in the app here so that you guys can use it. Now this is put into a functional way so that you have some action steps that you can actually take versus just dissecting the information, having to figure everything out on your own, right? So if we go back to here, and we've got this first fertile window here. Here is, according to Marty Hazelton's research, women want to have more girls' nights out. And I'm going to tell you right now, I was amazed to see this, but the first 3 months that I started tracking this kind of stuff, I could tell on day 11, 12, 13, my wife was almost on clock, was saying, I need to have a girls' night out. I need to get my girls out, and I need to go have a drink, and we're going to go to the bar and we're going to hang out, and that's it. And the reason is, her body says, hey, you're a fertile woman. Get out there and socialize with other potential mates. It's just the way it is. Now, most women don't act on that. Now, here's the thing though, they start thinking more about sex. And if you're acting in the way that you should be acting as a man, she's going to start thinking about you. You're going to raise her arousal. She's going to be thinking about you a lot more. She's going to be thinking about sex a lot more. So right in this window, if you start being more confident, more cocky, more funny, more a little bit arrogant, but not an asshole, right? Just kind of like teasing her a little bit, having fun, being more spontaneous, and doing things kind of out of the unexpected, she is going to appreciate that so much more, and you're going to see a huge smile on her face. She's going to have a ton of energy at this time of the month, and she's going to be like a firecracker who's just on fire and wants to go do things. All right? So here's the thing. During this just part of the month here, this fertile window, if you are playing your cards right, and really it's just being a little bit more confident, cocky, funny, teasing, playful, fun, and loving, you're going to see a lot more action during that part of the month. Now, after that, after we get to like day 16, what's going to happen there is her hormones kind of drop off, and she kind of crashes a little bit. These hormones go down, these hormones are coming up, and she gets a little bit annoyed and angry right here. And then they're kind of leveling out as these ones drop and as this one comes up. And then this is her progesterone and estrogen. They're rising back up, preparing for menses to come on, her period, right? So in here around day 23, 24, 25-ish, you're probably going to see her a little bit grouchy again. This is the classical PMS syndrome that everyone talks about, is right here, kind of grouchy, kind of annoyed. But here's the thing here's why I love this and understanding this information. When you understand this, you don't have to let that affect you. You know what's going to happen. Now, here's a story. Let's go back for a second. Here's a little story of how this applies. So a few months ago, or no, I guess a few weeks ago, we were planning a trip to Saskatchewan. So we went back it was my grandpa's 90th birthday. So we went back to hang out with the old guy there and celebrate his 90th birthday. And it was a week before. We were getting ready to leave, and Chandel's feeling sexy. She's feeling fun. She's feeling loving. She loves the way that she looks. Like, we talked about this later, and this is what she told me, right? She's like, I felt so sexy, and I felt like I looked really good, and I felt really happy, and everything like that. And then we're out there. We're out by the pool. We're having a couple drinks, and she's talking about, like, when we're in Saskatchewan, we're going to go camping, and we'll have some sexy time. It'll be fun. We'll have the tent all to ourselves because the kids will be at the grandparents and all kind of stuff like that. And I was like, we were with our friends, and I leaned over to my buddy and I said, hey, that's all well and good, and I love the idea of it, but I know that come the weekend that we're there, she is going to be so annoyed and frustrated and pissed off at everybody because it's going to be right after she ovulates. And I knew that. So we get there, everything is good, and just like I said, it's like the Saturday, and she's like, you can see she's struggling to be around everyone who's at the party. She's at the host. She's like, she's great at small talk, and she's very friendly and lovely and everything like that. But you can see, like, she's trying to keep it all together. And then that night we're dealing with the kids and everything. And she's like, I'm just so annoyed at everything right now. And I started laughing, and she's like, well, what's so funny? And I was like, okay, well, I'll tell you later. So we went back, hung out with everybody for the night, and as we were going to bed, and I was laughing again, and she's like, I don't understand it. I'm so annoyed today. I was like so happy a couple days ago and so annoyed right now. And I'm like, well, I was laughing about this because this is what I told our buddy there. I told him that, like, we're going to get there, and then you're going to hit this dip right here, and you're going to be so annoyed at everything that happens. And she's like, oh my God, that's right. That's exactly what's happening right now. She's like, and then she's like, am I going to get my period right away? And here's the interesting thing. Women don't even know. For most part, most women don't even know when they're going to have their period next. They don't track it. They don't keep track of it. They just kind of, they keep it out of their mind. And the day that it's going to happen, it just kind of happens. And they're like, I need to go to the store and get the stuff. Now, for me, I've gone and bought her boxes of stuff. I'm like, you got to keep this stuff ready to go. But here's the thing, she likes going out and doing that thing. So I've talked to a bunch of men and they're like, yeah, our women do not have any plans for this at all. They don't track it. They don't even know. And it's just like, whatever. But here's the thing. I think for men, understanding the ups and downs of this whole cycle is not in any way to be manipulative or anything like that. It's really just to kind of understand your woman in a better way. Right? When you understand your woman in a better way, you don't have to let that affect you. Like, I could have been on that weekend, I could have been really grouchy, like, why are you being so pissed off? Why are you acting the way that you're acting? And I could have acted like that because I didn't understand. But then as soon as I understood, I could laugh it off. I was like, yeah, well, I don't know, you're grouchy or whatever, but that's what's happening. So there's nothing I can do about it, nothing you can do about it. So let's just enjoy ourselves this weekend, right? So that's the thing. That's what I love about this tracker. And here's the thing. I've taken all this information that I've researched and collated and absorbed, and I put it into the documents here. Each day you get a different about her, and each day you get a different here. Each day you get a different about her, and you get a different your sanity. Let's just go here. On a mobile phone, it's kind of cool because it works a little bit better than trying to work it through the computer here. So let's just pick this here, and then that's going to update. So, hey, look here, the day 9, she's fun and energetic. Your plan, fitness test, aka shit test, that's something that you need to learn about if you don't know about them already. And then you can know about her here. Here's where she's going to be more fun. She's going to be challenging you. She's going to be more excited to just be around you, but she does want that challenge. She wants to see that alpha side of you come out. So yeah, so this is the app. This is everything. This is the behind the scenes. One other cool thing that you can do in here as well is you can make your own notes. So you can go in and you can type your notes for the day. If there's something that you've noted or learned or something like that that you really want to keep track of, you can throw it in notes for that woman for that day. Now, here's the thing. By understanding her hormones and her cycle, you're just going to understand her that much better. And with that, you're going to understand yourself and your relationship that much better. So by taking this cycle tracker app and actually using it inside your relationship to work on yourself, to work on your relationship, and to understand what she's thinking, her moods and her preferences and her choices and all that kind of stuff, you're going to have a happier relationship. It's just a thing that's going to happen, right? All right. Now, that's the app. Go download it. If you haven't downloaded it already, it's in the Play Store, it's in Apple, it's in all that kind of stuff. Or you can go to mansanity.co. You can visit the podcast. You can listen to the audio. You can read the blogs and join us online at facebook.com/group/the Mansanity Project. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.